cloned this SaaS web app that has more than 100 million monthly visitors and more than $2 million in annual revenue, and I did it just with AI. I also didn't touch the code thanks to wipe coding. And in this video I will share with you a step-by-step guide on how you can build a web app from scratch for a startup or business in literally minutes. So let's get started. So today I'm gonna build my web app using Zinger Horizons. It's a new player in the market and I tried it out recently. It's actually pretty awesome. Like with most AI web app builders, you can create a full stack app just from a single prompt, which is super cool. And what I really like here is that since it's a part of Zinger, you can manage your hosting, domains and email all in one place. It's super convenient and you can save a ton of money this way. So let's try to build a web app with it. In one of my videos with startup ideas, I shared with you a URL shortener and some of you left comments that it's not easy to build. So we are asking our AI to build a simple URL shortener that will shorten our provided URLs, and then we are clicking on the generate button. While AI is building our app, it's worth mentioning that for the backend, if we need to store data or set up a register or login form, we can always use Supabase. And it's really cool that Zinger integrated it into the app builder. It saves a ton of time on the backend. Alright, our app is ready and we can finally test it. You can see it might not look so good right now, but we will make it look better, of course. We can take a random URL and check out if it will shorten it. And yep, the URL is shortened. It's not the best format because we don't have a custom domain yet, so we need to make minor adjustments here. Let's also check if our redirection link is working, and yes, the link goes to our page we shortened. We can also delete this URL, and yes, our delete button is also working okay. So let's start changing everything here a little bit. Now change or add our h1 tag with motto like shorten URL in seconds. Also remove this gradient bar and add header with home, pricing, login and register link buttons. And also add footers so our page will look great. Then we click on the generate button and wait while AI will make changes to our page. Alright, now you can see our app. We have a new h1 tag, login, register buttons, but they are not clickable yet. Also, I don't see links in our header, but I decided to add about, features and contact pages. Let's double check if our main feature, our link shortener, is working properly. And yes, you can see it's working okay. You can also see a click counter and when the shortened link was created. Alright, now let's create a pricing page for our app. We can use tiny URL pricing page as an example. Here we have a Pro plan, bulk and enterprise plan with a custom pricing. So I'm asking AI to add a pricing page, also add it to our navigation, and to be maximum precise, to header navigation. Pricing page should include 3 pricing plans. Let's quickly check it: Pro, Bulk and Enterprise, where Enterprise will be a custom plan with a link to our contact page. So create a simple form on a contact page. Clicking on the generate button and as always waiting for our AI to improve our app with new pages and features. Alright, I don't see our pricing page still. The pricing page is now available at the pricing route and link in the header. I don't see the link in the header. So let's say to the AI, I don't see the link in the header, please edit. Okay, we can now publish our web app and see. Maybe the problem is with the test server. It should be working on a live website for sure. Visit site, and yep, we finally have it and it looks like this: our Pro, Bulk and Enterprise plans. And we can also check our contact page and you can see it's looking not so bad, right? One more time, I found out what was the problem. If we are changing the device size, you can see our links appear in the header and they are working okay. And if we switch back to our standard view, which is equal to a tablet screen, you can see our links disappear. On mobile devices, these header links are not visible also. Alright, let's customize our URL shortener block to make it look better, or at least not worse than our tiny URL app. You can also see some fields we don't have yet in our app, so let's improve it and do everything step by step. Now asking AI to change our shortened URL link box, make it not full width. The shortened URL button should be under our input, under our URL shortener. And let's quickly check how it will look. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted and it looks more solid, I would say. So in our next step, let's add this customized link feature with custom alias input. Again, asking AI to add another input with the heading customize your link Under the enter your long URL field, click into apply changes, a few seconds, and you can see our features ready. Just don't pay attention to this test URL right now. If you buy domain name, it will be shorter and look better. And here you can see a custom alias field, and we can choose a random long URL link we can test, copying and pasting it here, and our custom alias will be my link. Click on the shorten URL button and let's see how it's working. And you can see it's working pretty well. Our custom alias is added at the end of our testing domain name, and we can also click here to see if a redirect is working. And yes, everything is working, and let's do some more enhancements to our UI. Now we are asking AI to change the background of our hero banner, use blue gradient, make it look good. Also remove features and about pages, we simply don't need them. Click on the generate button a few seconds and you can see that AI added a blue gradient background. This part stays the same. Our not necessary pages were removed from the footer and overall website structure, and it's starting to look better, but I also want to slightly adjust it. Now make our block with URL shortener to overlap on our h1 plus description block slightly, and let's see how it will look. And you can see it's looking way better. We can also go to a full screen size and it's looking even more amazing on wide screens. Again, don't worry about this test URL. If we buy domain name, it will be the same as our domain. Now let's clone the header from our tiny URL app. You can see they have logo on the left and navigation on the right. So I'm asking AI to remove home link from all pages, but not from pages from all components, and make the pricing link next to login and register, but add a divider. So all the navigation links will be on the right, and our Shortify logo will stay on the left and will redirect to our homepage by clicking on it. Wait a few seconds and you will see that all the changes are applied, but you won't see them on this screen size. So we're clicking on preview link and you can see our pricing is on the right side right now. Clicking on it, the link is working. Clicking on our Shortify logo, home link is also working, and we can do a bunch of UX UI changes here, add icons, more sections, but let's move to our backend, and I'm asking AI to create login register pages, regular forms that will help our user to log in and sign up. Alright, we have it now. This is how our login register pages look, just simple forms, nothing fancy. I don't see a password recovery page, but I will add this one and other small adjustments later. As our login register pages are looking okay, we can jump now to our pricing page and set up payment links. And here is a crucial point to mention. If you are building SaaS and you are charging one-time fees without any kind of subscriptions, you can easily link your call to actions to a Stripe payment page or link to a contact form like you've done in our enterprise plan. And to connect these payment links, first you need to create a Stripe account and project inside this account. I already done it, and you can see I've also created two products that are our pricing plans, Bulk and Pro. Once again, you can see I've set our products to charge monthly, but this step I'm showing you right now is really better for one-time payments, not recurring ones. So what we are doing next is copying this payment link URL and asking AI to connect our pricing plans with my Stripe links. This one for Bulk and this one for Pro plan. Copying and pasting our second link, and we can also ask to add the most recommended batch above our bulk plan. Waiting a few seconds and checking how it will look on desktop. You can see the height of our cards are different, but we'll fix it later. Clicking on our Pro plan and you can see our payment page is ready. Necessary fields for the payment are on the right, and let's check if the link is working when we click on our bulk plan. And yep, it's working okay. Again, this method is only good for one-time payments, when you don't need a login register feature, a database to store data of your customers, so you change their pricing plans in real time. But let's build a more advanced version of our app, where users can log in or sign up, and we can update their subscriptions based on the plans they've chosen. And before we move on, let's take care of the height of our pricing cards. Alright, it's done. Go into our preview mode, pricing page. And yep, we fixed our height. Alright, now we need to focus on creating a database so we can store data of our logged in and registered users. And for this part we have Supabase, and the first thing you need to do here is basically to register an account inside Supabase and create your organization. It's super easy to do, I don't want to spend time on this, and after you've done that, we need to create a new project for our URL shortener. We called it Shortify app. So we, with our registered account, creating a new project. It's called Shortify. Database password, let it be this password. We can copy it to save it. And then we just simply click on the create new project button. And then it should be visible in our hosting your horizons window. We can refresh our page, and yeah, you can see it's just appeared. Next we click connect and wait for the AI to connect our front end to Supabase. And after waiting a few minutes, you can see how our smart AI not only connected our front end to Supabase, but also implemented our authentication flow for both registered and unregistered users and other necessary things, so our backend part will work well. Also some important notices here, as the Supabase requires email confirmation, so let's test it now. Using my YouTube email, creating a random password, confirming our password, clicking on the register button, and here you can see we've got the notification that registration is successful. Please check your mail to confirm your account. I just confirmed my mail, and now let's try to log in with our newly created account. By the way, I forgot to show you that we have a new user created in our Supabase database. It has user ID and when this account was created and last signed in. You can also see how our database looks, and you can see all registered users in the authentication tab here. So let's try to log in with our email and password, and yep, you've done it successfully. You can see AI created a component that shows your account navigation, your profile, and here you can see your account information, subscription management option, and current pricing plan, also the link to our pricing plans. But the most difficult part here is to update pricing plans on our profile page after we bought one. So let's find out how we can do it. And to save your time and avoid making this video 3 hours long, I will show you a quick step-by-step algorithm I used to finally get our app to update pricing plans in the user's profile.
2 hours later.
Alright, after more than 2 hours of struggling, I finally got it working. Switching back to our app, go into the user profile, and you can see my subscription plan is updated to Pro. On the top screen you can see how it was before, and on the bottom screen you can see how it is looking now. So how can you do it? So basically the first step is to go to Stripe product catalog, choose your products, these are our pricing plans, and share price IDs with our AI. So it will update the code and our backend will update prices dynamically later. What you can do is ready to use Stripe payment links we used before. And the next step is to share your Stripe API with HostingGear Horizons. I'm using a publishable key as it is my test project, and basically that's it in our first step. So you are simply asking AI to write a code for a new edge function to update the pricing plan status with Stripe webhook. AI knows what it means, no worries. Then you just copy this code, choosing add functions tab, and just pasting code and clicking on deploy function. Waiting a few seconds and you will get this endpoint URL that we will need later. I've tested a bunch of things here, sent a huge number of payment requests until I finally understood how everything works. So our next step is creating a webhook. Webhook is a kind of notification from Stripe to a Supabase backend that payment is successfully made by the user, or subscription needs to be updated in real time. So what you do is paste in our endpoint URL we just got from our edge function in Supabase, and choosing the only event we need called checkout session completed. And our last but not least step is to provide Stripe secret key and Stripe webhook secret key to our Supabase, so our backend can securely check the payment status of our users. Stripe secret key can be found on the Stripe API keys page, and Stripe webhook secret key is generated right after you create a webhook. And after that, just go back to Supabase edge functions, add 2 of our secret keys and just save them. Alright guys, our pricing plan status is now updating in real time. You can see I also did some minor UX UI adjustments to our user profile page, but you can do whatever you want to do, as AI can really do almost everything. So what about pricing? Is HostingGear Horizons really affordable? You can see 4 plans, and the only difference is the number of messages you can send to our AI. So for example, if you choose hobbyist plan, you can always use my code Andrew10 and the link in the description to get an extra 10% off your first month of HostingGear Horizons. So I highly recommend HostingGear Horizons for building your web apps. Whether they are complex or simple, it doesn't really matter. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss a video about entrepreneurship, SaaS and AI tools. Hit the like button for YouTube algorithm, it helps me a lot, and see you in the next videos.